You won't believe it. We got fired today. Let's go take a look and see how our repower is doing here. I know AJ and Peter had a good day.
All right, guys, but some things are missing already. So Sunset was very nice to take out the motor and the outdrive for us because they wanted to paint the engine room as well. So this has all already been taken out, cleaned, repainted, and everything. So what Peter and I are going to do today is that Peter's on the helm right now. He's putting in the new display and all the new gauges that we have, and we're going to be running wires back to the engine room just to get everything ready for when we come back to install the motors. Install the motor. But yeah, so we're just gonna be cranking away at this, throwing some stuff on the helm, running some wires back into the engine room, get it all ready, and then either tomorrow or sometime next week we'll come back with the motor and the outdrive and start throwing everything. Right now he's working on the helm, and we're gonna get everything connected, and then we'll start running wires back to the engine room. All the displays, the new helm, the new throttle, the new ignition switch are all mounted in and good to go. So now what we're just working on is the wiring aspect of everything, getting everything ran, making sure it all looks good. So this is Easy Connect for the NEMA 2000. Make sure we don't lose that. That's your Bluetooth code right there. All right, we're back on the Sunset boat today. What we are going to be doing today is that Peter and I are going to be putting the transom shield on, getting this all tightened up and ready to go for the outdrive. Get the pump mounted, but we need to get a bracket made from Key West Welding, so we'll do that later this week or later next week. And then we're just going to be running some more wires back into the engine room, getting the helm all wired up and ready to go, and just getting everything ready so by the time next week comes and we're ready to drop the engine in, we can just quickly drop it in, bolt everything up, and hopefully not take too long doing the project. But it's coming along. We got the VMM all situated up there by the Fireboy. So we're just slowly pressing along with what we can do without the motor here or without the outdrive here. By next week time, we will keep pressing on with the rest. All right, well, I couldn't really show you guys because we needed all hands on deck for it. But we got the pump in, we got the transom shield in. I'll give you an outside look. There we go. We got the transom shield in, zip tie these up out of the way so we can get the outdrive in with no issues. And yeah, so gonna torque all the bolts down inside to 80 foot-pounds. We're gonna go around twice like we always do. Zip tie these out of the way, get the cables ran for it that we need. Slowly but surely, we're coming along here. This is what the transom shield looks like. And once we put the outdrive in, there's a special way that these hose clamps are supposed to face. And it shows us in the installation manuals, but the reason is it's like, so when it turns and trims up and down, that this hose clamp doesn't cut into the boot. So there is a special orientation for every single hose clamp on these, so nothing gets cut, nothing gets damaged, and everything lasts as long as it possibly can. So we got the transom shield fully in, double torqued, as you can tell by the X's on these little blocks here. So this guy is good to go, all nice and secured. We got the bracket made for the pump. If you guys remember from the last Sunset boat we had a bracket specially made so we can hang the pump up right here. So we'll get that done today as well. And yeah, just some more wiring and tidying up. All right, so I got the pump loosely mounted on its bracket. Came out very nicely. So now all we have to do is take this bracket and mount it on here. But I'm gonna need a second pair of hands for that, so that will get done later today.
6.5 hours later.
They got the transom plate all mounted. That all looks about right from out here. Let's go hop up here. That's the shelf that gets mounted to the stringer right here. We got to do that still. You can see they put the X marks on the blocks for the torque. One X is the first torque. The other X is the second backup torque to make sure. Looks like we got the cables ran back here. We got the vessel main module. That's that thing up there mounted. Really, we're to the point where we're going to be putting the engine in, which will be in a few days, I guess. We're going to go up here and take a look. They got the single lever control put in. Got the ignition switch put in. Got the engine display put in. We got our tilt helm. Everything's looking good. I'm sure Peter's got this all wired nice in here. I don't know if I can get in there from here. No, that's all just that. So this, I think, picks up here. Oh, yeah. We added all this. Looks very pretty and professional. Wired in, zip tied in all the way back, looking good. All right. I'm pretty pleased with these guys right now. They did nice work. Okay, well, here we are again. Built this stuff. Came up with this idea, kind of designed it. These, so every engine has different hoist points, but because the measurement from here to here on the engines is different, got these sleeves made to go over the bar and then put bolts in them. And then I can just add more bolt holes, or I can get a shorter piece of this or a longer piece. All these shackles are rated shackles, which means that they're all load tested and they're made in America, not in China. Turnbuckles, so I can adjust the angle up and down. I know I can't go forward and back, but I figure I can use a forklift for that. I think it'll work good. We can adjust these by turning them. I cleaned all these threads off, put a little grease on there. You just put a screwdriver through here and turn them, and you can extend or retract them. So right now they're in the fully retracted position, and the engine's sitting pretty flush and level. That's the plan. So now I got AJ and Peter are working on getting the hoses in. We got the exhaust manifold in. Peter and AJ worked on this earlier this week or last week. They got all the helm put in, the wiring's in. It looks amazing, Peter, by the way. We just got the exhaust pipe put in. We've got the power steering shelf all mounted. That's set right there with the pump and stuff on it. Hopefully you can see that. The cables hook up right here. We got this exhaust on. That's all ready to go. And we're getting some new bolts. They forgot to get new bolts. So we're getting some new bolts for the motor mounts right there and there, because the rest of it is mounted there. So I'll show you that real quick. So there's no aft motor mounts. There's just the two up front. This is all bolted onto the transom. And then this actually becomes, there's a clamping ring here, a couple big O-ring gaskets, then clamps that right there. And that actually becomes your aft motor mount. So we should be all good. Shouldn't have to change anything. It should be factory just like this one came out. That one goes in. Shouldn't be any adjusting we need to do or anything. AJ, you ready? Yeah. AJ, get out of there. All right, tell me what you guys need. Mel, what do you need?
AJ says he needs to be in the hole.
I don't want you under there while we're lowering the engine down.
Forward, forward.
Yep. You mean, hold on now. Forward?
Forward is your
okay.
forward. You're forward, you're left, you're right.
Yeah, okay. Peter, watch your head. Please subscribe, turn the notification bell on, thumbs up, comments. We appreciate it.
Okay, down, slow.
All right, we're almost there.
This way, 1 down, 3 or 4 inches. Shift to your left, Matt.
All right. Well, we almost got it done.
I guess we have to go under it then.
No, because we're going to keep going down.
Well, okay, then I'll just
Hold it up.
hold it and maneuver it.
out of the way.
Green grease, a little tube of green grease.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. Hey, you guys got the grease up there? No green grease?
I got blue grease.
Yeah, blue grease, yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah, the Volvo stuff, anything, yeah. All right, we're getting close. Getting the engine mount bolts put in. Got all the transom bolts put in. Okay, we're just checking the alignment. Okay, next step is we're gonna take this, and we found that the easiest way to do that is put some moving blankets around these forks right here. And we put it like right towards the end here, gives us extra reach. And then we put some straps around it to tighten it down. It makes it very easy to hook up to the engine or the back of the transom. So that's what we're gonna work on next. The guys are still inside hooking stuff up, but Mel and I are gonna do that.
Yeah, you got to grease the splines. Save a little bit for the rest of the boat.
We got plenty. I got some in my truck as well.
Yeah.
Did you guys already do it?
No, we haven't greased the
Oh,
pins
those
yet.
are already greased, yeah.
They are?
No, we'll grease them up some more.
It's already greased. It's extremely close tolerance, so it just squeezes the grease out. We got to grease them afterwards anyway.
Anything
Now,
else?
when you put those in, AJ, the 2 bolts have to slide in that groove.
Yeah.
So don't push them in too far. What are we doing?
He wants to lift the bow of the boat.
Ow.
Or, yeah. Here, I think he wants you to take that jack stand out.
Oh, okay. Are we close?
Nah, you're kind of tilted a little bit. Back
Which
up.
way do I need to go? Back?
Yeah, back up.
Tilt back?
No, just back up fully.
How far?
Just an inch. No, not too much.
Just slide the...
Just back up. Keep going. I need to put the hose clamp back on, so.
Oh, okay. I see.
All right, Mal, come in. He's good. Keep going.
Can you start to feed the harness?
We can do that afterwards.
Oh, okay. All right. Universal don't want to go in?
No.
It's not twisting, but what you do is when you get it on the shaft, you try to turn it. These are harder to turn. But you gotta hold, the knuckle will fall and get out of alignment a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me push.
Yep.
There we go.
That's fine. That'll get on there.
All right.
There's a secret to that too.
Yeah, push it forward and squeeze it.
You have a hammer or anything, like a mallet?
Now the hose, as you push, is trying to turn the yoke.
Oh, okay.
So you're trying to push one way and the yoke's going the wrong way.
Just tap it in a little bit. There you go. That's enough.
That's good.
All right. Pins are in.
All right.
I don't need the forklift to hold it anymore.
Take that strap off, AJ, so we can loosen and get off of the unit. I don't know if we're too tight.
Strap loose.
Coming back.
Yep. Brother when Hugh's here because he knows the Volvo way of doing it. I know my way of doing it, which is
Sometimes your way is the best way.
That hose.
Yeah, that's kind of jammed up a little bit.
Yeah, so I was trying to get that out of the way.
Is there any, is there
What
any-
we can do?
Can we lift this
We'll
up?
just.
Oh, yeah. Here.
Okay, come on down. You're good. It's right on there. All right.
Sweet.
That much is done.
All right, let's go home.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get the wire harness in there.
Yeah.
Where's the bolts for those pins? All right. Get the wire harness.
You see those wires I'm pulling through? He needs to pull it up.
Oh, he needs to pull it inside?
Yeah.
Should be able to push it from out here.
No, I think Peter just needs to pull it in from the inside. Yeah, you see that?
might be another way to do this.
Put that on there. We'll push it in with that.
If there's enough room, you can pull the harness in without it.
There we go.
All right. Now we got a little bit of room here. Let's try to put that on top first and then push it in with the retainer maybe. Might be a little bit easier.
You just had to say something.
Here, why don't you do this? I'll do that.
It's this wire. The wire's in the way.
You're on the wrong side. Take it back out. This wire should be... Oh, you're right. Okay, I'm sorry. My fault. You've done this before. Tell me to shut up.
Yeah, then everybody in the comments is going to be like, ooh.
Yeah. They'll get over it. Okay. It's like capillaries. Yeah, there you go. You get a little more length on there and you'll get it right on in.
We can turn it by hand. I just want to get it in there first.
Yeah, I think you have to push with the handle. You're not in the threads yet.
It's also kind of going sideways.
That's all right. It'll go straight as soon as you get it up and start it. Is this out of the way? No? Okay, here.
No,
Take this.
No, this is what we're going to do. Here.
Take these two and just, that's good. That's good. No, keep that one started. Just a little bit. No, you're cross-threaded.
No, I'm not.
There you go. That's good. Now, take this, tap it with the hammer. That'll work. See? You're done. Marvelous. See how much you don't struggle?
Yeah, well.
Get it up in there evenly. Yeah, those little wobble sockets, those are nice.
I have a set myself. Real nice. All right. That's
The only thing is you can't push in hard on it because then they go back to straight. All right, next thing we're going to get in here is the saddle pins here. And this is kind of fun because there's a bolt that goes in here to lock the pins. There's a groove cut in the pin that has to line up with this hole. Real easy, you say, yeah? But if you put the pin in too far,
Good luck
it's
getting it back
almost impossible to get it back out. You have to be careful. That thing will come out. There's no keeper in that to keep the pin or to keep the bit.
in there.
And there it is. So if you hammer that pin all the way in,
You won't be able to catch that
you're
groove.
not going to get the groove. And then you can see right here, how are you going to hammer it back out without doing any damage? Now, yeah, go get a big screwdriver and pry it back. Yeah, no.
Ask us how we know.
No, not a good idea, folks. All right, now we got to get these clamps tightened up here on these hoses, the bellows, and in here. So we'll loosen it up a little bit because we're putting a round clamp on an oval pipe. And they say, okay, why is it oval? Well, it has to be oval so that it'll fit between the bellows and not rub it very badly. So we're going to do that real quick and then go to the next one.
All right, getting ready. We're down here, Couch Key Marina, Stock Rock Cafe. Getting ready to do a sea trial and log some parameters for this repower we did. Here comes our repower boat right there. Put a brand new D6 and a brand new stern drive in there. It's a parasail boat. When you do this, you do have to put a sea trial and you have to log parameters and some other items, and you have to fill out a form and send it in so that the whole system can be commissioned in the Volvo central systems so that everybody can see what was done. Just waiting for Jeff to get her back down here into the slip.
All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Love how quiet it is.
Yeah. All right, here we go, full blast. Say hi to the fans, Jeff. Wow, that's nice.
Okay, well, we've been knocking out some big jobs lately. Probably saw the last video a couple months ago when we did a repower on a parasail boat. Well, we just did one of its sister ships. We put the same engine in, same package and everything. The guy decided to buy another one because there's price increases, and then this tariff thing happened. So the prices were going up. So he decided to buy a package, and then we just held on to it until he was ready to put it in. And we just finished up putting it in. It went well, and the boat ran amazing. Those new engines are so quiet and smooth. Love them. So I'm working at home today. The thunder and lightning has been incredible. And not to mention, we've had so much rain. I mean, we're flooding back here, actually. So you won't believe it. We got fired today. So I try to keep this somewhat short. We got a call to go to a boat. It's a new boat to the owner, and he doesn't know how it operates. So we went there, and the first thing we had to do is get the air conditioning system working. Well, he didn't know that there's a strainer, and he didn't know that you need to descale the saltwater cooling loop on these air conditioning units every so often because you get tons of growth in there. So we did that, and it took a lot of time because we actually used an air compressor, we used a fish tape to run the lines, water, we used a dock water hose to blast them out, and we used descale fluid. So it took almost a whole day the first day to clean the lines out, and then also the second day. That was the first portion. This all transpired at one time. We also had an electrician on the boat because none of the outlets in the boat were working. Well, the boat was previously owned by an electrical engineer, and the electrical engineer changed everything and just like put all these different electrical components and breaker panels and switches in all these different little compartments on the boat. So we spent a whole day figuring out where stuff was because the owner's manual was no help anymore, because you'd open the owner's manual up and it would say, okay, the inverter charger is under this panel. Well, you'd open it up and it wasn't there. So then you have to go through this. It's a 54-foot boat, so it's kind of big. So then you have to start digging through all these compartments and looking for this stuff. We finally figured it out. The breaker for the inverter charger was tripped, so we reset it, and voila. All the outlets on the boat started working because they all run through the inverter charger. Then there is the generator. Wouldn't run. We got the information, and he also said, well, there's some other things wrong with it. So we troubleshot it, and we found out that the main breaker was bad. So we had to order the main breaker. So we reported that. That took some time too to troubleshoot that. Then this is where things get sketchy. He got mad at me. The main engine wouldn't run. It's a Volvo, and we tried to hook up to it with the Vodia computer. Kept telling us, oh, you got 3 volts DC. It won't let us do anything at that point in time. The engine wouldn't start. It wouldn't turn over. Even when we combined the batteries, it wouldn't turn over because it just was giving us low voltage. We did manage to pull the codes out of it. It was the magnetic proportioning valve for the fuel pump. Oh, let me back up. So the engine was in limp mode. He bought the boat up north in northern Florida, up by Jacksonville or somewhere, I think, or even South Carolina. I'm not sure exactly the location. And he drove it all the way down here in limp mode. Well, when you do that, he was getting fuel overheat alarms, fuel hot alarms. We troubleshot that down. And the reason for that is because the magnetic proportioning valve, which is what controls the pressure of your high pressure pump for the fuel injectors, was not working right. And it's either because it's bad or because it's low voltage. Well, what happens is he drove it down here in limp mode hours and hours. I don't know how many hours it took him to get here, but a lot. And when he did that, the next component in line is called the pressure control valve. Well, the pressure control valve is not a smart item like the M-Prompt is. There's no computer telling it what to do. So it just runs. And what happens is when it does that, it ruins the pressure control valve, and it causes the fuel going through it to heat up. And so that was where his high pressure alarm or high fuel temp alarms were coming from. This all takes time to troubleshoot and figure out. we did the invoice. I was very clear in the invoice about before we take any further steps, changing any components on the engine or doing any troubleshooting on the engine, the low voltage problem needs to be rectified. So I put that all in the invoice, clear. Well, the guy contacts me and he says, Matt, I'm going to replace my batteries. And I'm like, okay, yeah, if you want. I didn't sell him batteries. I didn't try to sell him batteries. I told him the batteries needed to be load tested in his invoice. We didn't load test the batteries because there was a bunch of cabinetry that needed to be removed, and the cabinetry was all full of heavy tools and equipment. It was packed full. So I said, okay, stop what we're doing. That's when I sent him the invoice. He got the invoice. He called me and he's like, okay, well, I'm going to do the batteries. He's like, I'm just going to get new ones. Oh, let me clarify something. He did say, I think one of the batteries is bad. I don't know how he knew that or what was going on there. We didn't troubleshoot that. I mentioned to him, I said, normally when you have one bad battery, you change them all. And that's a known thing. You guys can look it up on the internet because that bad battery will damage the other batteries. So he said, oh, okay. Well, he bought $3,500 worth of batteries, brought them down here, day and a half, took him to change them out. And guess what? He's still got the same problems. He starts blasting me. I told him, hey man, did you read the invoice? And he kept saying, no, I didn't read the invoice. Oh, you sent me an email invoice. And I'm like, yeah, of course I did. He said, no, I didn't read it. I only have my phone. And I'm like, well, so we're going back and forth about this invoice. And I ended up having to read him the whole invoice over the phone. After I read him all that, he's like, yeah, but Matt, you told me to change the batteries. I said, no. No. I went through the invoice again with him. I'm like, nowhere in here does it say change batteries. It says load test the batteries. We did not load test the batteries. You chose to change them. So you decided that, not me. Even if you brought the batteries down here, I don't do client provided parts. I'm like, that's not my responsibility. That was not my decision. That was your decision. You said you were going to do that on your own. So he did it. Now look at where we're at. I read him the invoice and he's starting to realize, okay, yeah, I screwed up, but he's trying to still blame me for his poor decision. My boss lady says something to me quietly. She says, I wonder if he can't read. And now I doubt that's true because of the line of business that this gentleman is in. I actually wonder if maybe he can't read. That's why he did what he did. We got fired. He just sent me a text message back after this whole phone conversation. It was like an hour. He said, run my card and we're done. So I just responded back and said, thank you. And I'm sorry you're upset and disappointed. This world is getting more crazy every single day. I just don't get it. And I know there's two sides to every story, but I try to be honest about what transpired. I don't want to make this guy more upset or possibly make him feel bad. So that's why I'm not naming him. He fired us, so which is probably okay by me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your comments, your concerns. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please help us out. We'll see you on the next video.